In this video, I'm going to be discussing the core concept of FAPE. FAPE, or a free and appropriate public education, is the legal right under IDEA that every child identified for receiving special education services is entitled to an education tailored to their individualized needs at no cost. So to break this down further, the F in FAPE stands for free, meaning that students with disabilities are to receive the education they're entitled to at no cost to their parents, just as one of their peers without a disability would. The A stands for appropriate, which is determined by the child's individual needs. And in this context, we refer to the Andrew F standard, which states that an appropriate education must be reasonably calculated to help the child make appropriately ambitious progress in light of their circumstances. Now, the P stands for public, meaning the services are provided at the public school's expense and under public supervision, regardless of where the student is receiving their services. And the E stands for education, which refers to an education that appropriately challenges the student while also providing them with the tools to meet their state standards. Now, FAPE is important for many reasons, but the main one being it is the foundation of educational rights under IDEA. It ensures students with disabilities are not excluded from public education, and it guarantees individualized services to help them meet their needs. Since 1975, IDEA has been amended 4 separate times, the first one being in 1986, when they expanded their services to preschoolers and created funding for early intervention services. The second being in 1990, when the law was renamed from the Education for All Handicapped Children Act to the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. The third being in 1997, which focused mainly on providing meaningful access to the general education curriculum for students with disabilities. And the fourth being the most recent in 2004, when IDEA became more aligned to the No Child Left Behind Act and increased their schools' accountability in educating students with disabilities. Now, when we think of FAPE, we think of 2 main court cases. The first one being Rowley versus the Board of Ed in 1982, and this is when the Supreme Court ruled that schools must provide personalized instruction, enabling a child to benefit educationally, not just attend class. And then this standard was then raised by the ruling of the Andrew F. versus Douglas County School District case in 2017, which required that programs help students make appropriately ambitious progress, stating that minimal gains were no longer adequate. Now, overall, FAPE matters because it guarantees access to an appropriate education, sets meaningful standards for progress, and prepares students for future education, employment, and independent living opportunities.